I have loved all Asian cultures since I was a little girl. I come from a little town in Tennessee. There are no Asian people there. How it really started is we used to sell goods at a flea market in Nashville, Tennessee, and there was a Chinese family across the booth, set up in another booth across from us. And I became fascinated with the idea that there were so many different people, and not only that, they spoke different languages. And I became fascinated with that idea just from childhood, and from then on I started reading books about different Asian cultures, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and when I reached adulthood I focused just on Chinese, and it just took off from there. I was originally graduated and transferred from a community college in Tennessee in 2012. I came here as a double major in history and Asian religion and cultures, and I was required to take an East Asian language as part of my language fulfillment in Asian religion and cultures. And I fell in love with the language and found out that the major was coming within my time at WKU, and decided to go ahead and, after careful thought, major in that as well, and I became a triple major. Some of the organizations I've been involved in, for example, for this past academic year, fall 2013 and spring 2014, I served as president of WKU Chinese Club, and I was previously the vice president, but the original president and founder received a one-year scholarship to go to China. And I've also received a one-year scholarship to go to China, and so now I will be in Beijing this fall. I will be studying in intensive Chinese language courses in a certificate program for one academic year at Beijing Language and Culture University, which is one of the top 3 universities for teaching Chinese language to foreigners. With the WKU Chinese Club, what we did, we had activities every week. We did calligraphy, we did Chinese paper cut, we did movie nights. And what that does is that allows students who are in Chinese courses to get to know each other and also to learn more about the culture, because when you learn a language you automatically inherit the culture as well. And we get to hang out with each other. I've formed some really good friendships from Chinese Club. If you're intimidated by Chinese culture, you don't have to be. There are people here who will, who will help you and who have been studying it. They have made a career of studying Chinese culture and language. Part of my service project is I have a blog right now. It's called Green in Beijing at blogspot.com. And right now I'm just talking about the process that I'm going through, waiting on paperwork, packing, so on and so forth. And then eventually I'm going to write a blog about what to expect when you receive a Chinese government scholarship, because it is a little scary if you've never received one before. And then while I'm in China, I will have lots of pictures and lots of advice. And when I come back, I plan to either give a talk or do some kind of presentation of some sort, because not only am I a very strong advocate for learning about Chinese culture, I'm also a very strong advocate for study abroad, and I believe that any student, no matter where you come from, no matter your socioeconomic level, you should either study away or study abroad somewhere, because every new place that you go to, it changes your perspective and how you think. And there's lots of help. If you're not financial, if you feel like, well, I can't afford it, or whatever it may be a time constraint, it could be anything. I'm a non-traditional student. I don't have a 4.0 GPA. Thanks to the Confucius Institute, to the Potter College, and to the Chinese government, and to the OIP Travel Abroad grant, I'm able to go to China and not have any financial worries. So it's possible. So if I can do it, then they can definitely do it.
这个学期我会去中国留学。